What is this? Here you are, today's mail. Wait! This letter, where did you... From the postbox? That's not what I mean. From the postbox where? From the postbox somewhere. That's not what I mean. Please tell me. It's a secret. I must know. I don't know where he is. Even if I knew, it would be a secret. Run, running man, run! Get it, running man? Because he's the running man from Ocarina of Time. I'm not funny. You are also looking for Kafei? I have a request. Kafei, I have a clue that will help you find him. Tonight at 11:30, please come to our kitchen. We'll talk then. Anju wants to talk about Kafei. She requests a meeting in the kitchen at 11:30. Locked out again. Okay, so if you ever run into this situation, I know for a fact that I demonstrated this before, but just in case you may have forgotten, if you run into that situation where you're locked out of the stock button, then you can use the Deku Flower to fly to the roof. So, definitely make sure to do that. But now, we're back inside the stock button. And it's almost time to meet with Anju. I'm sorry to trouble you late at night. It's about him, Kafei. I received a letter from him. Strange, isn't it? Getting a letter from a missing person? But there's absolutely no mistaking it's from him. It's clear to me. Please. Here is my letter. Please put this in the post box. When this is delivered, when he receives my letter, you should be able to meet him. Please tell him that Anju is waiting for him. And please, after you've seen him, tell me how he looked. I'm scared. I can't go. No. Please. Here's a letter. Please put this in the post box. Yeah, and she'll just repeat the same dialogue. Thank you very much. You were given a letter to Kafei. Quick, deliver it to her. For her, not to her. She's mailing a letter to herself. Does anybody ever do that? Because I know there's this weird thing where some people will reply to their own comments on social media or whatever. Is that like the equivalent of mailing a letter to yourself? Please mail it before the postman collects the mail tomorrow. Can I just say that it's kind of disturbing that one of the best locations to grab bugs in the game is inside the kitchen? Ugh. You want to know something kind of messed up about this? If you really want to, you can give this letter to the guy that's stuck in the toilet. That's certainly one way to complete that side quest. Fair warning, you need to deliver the letter before the postman arrives. So make this a top priority for the second day. If you do this after 12 p.m., it won't work. So just letting you know. Also, does anybody else get confused about 12 p.m. and 12 a.m.? Because p.m. is usually like something for nighttime, at least in my personal, at least the way I think of it. So you'd think midnight would be like 12 p.m. or something like that. Does anybody else get confused about that? Because I know 12 a.m. is midnight. Or I might be wrong, in which case I can correct myself right now in the caption. But still, it's really confusing. I don't like it. Okay, we'll be skipping ahead to 4 o'clock now, because you won't be able to do this beforehand. At 4 o'clock, you'll be able to go inside this place. We've seen somebody run around the southern clock town, and they usually go off in this direction. Green hat. Green clothes. Anju wrote about you in her letter. It seems you are looking for Kafei. Can you keep a secret? No. Listen, when someone asks you that, you're supposed to say yes. Anju trusted you. I shall also trust you. I am Kafei. The Kafei we're looking for is an adult, but when I look at you, I just see a child. I was turned into this by a strange imp wearing a mask. But I'm not hiding because I look this way. When I was turned into this, I went to see the great fairy at her shrine near the north gate. But on the way there, a man hanging around the gate, a prancing man in a white shirt, he stole my precious wedding ceremony mask. Well, you're just careless. You're like my partner. I was so happy before all this. So excited for my wedding that I got careless. I was distracted, and those punks took advantage of me. Oh my, I pity you. I know Anju is worried, but I can't go out yet. I made a promise to her that I would bring the wedding mask I'd greet her. This pendant, give it to Anju. Though you may not understand these grown-up matters, you should probably take the pendant to Anju anyway. Keep what we just talked about a secret to everybody. The mysterious boy turned out to be Kafei. He gave you the pendant of memories to give to Anju, who's waiting for him. A mysterious boy who lurks around the laundry pool. He's actually an adult who's engaged to the lovely Anju. Things that get stolen in this town always make their way to the curiosity shop. I'm waiting for that to happen. Stand on the crate and peek into the hole. From here, I check on the curiosity shop's customers. So, I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I go through things like this, I always get nervous looking around because, I don't know, it just seems like something's always watching me when I do this, and it's just a little bit creepy to think about. Oh my god! I'm just kidding, it's just Robin. But that was my first thought when I saw this. It legitimately freaked me out when I saw him right there. Even though he's just like this cute little robot, it was just a little freaky. I can't help but chuckle whenever you pause in midair and Link is just floating right there. What would that be like in the world of Wreck-It Ralph? Like, are the characters aware that they were paused and they had to stay in that pose for a long time? That actually, I wonder what that would be like. But anyway, now that we've taken care of that, and that we got the pendant from Kafei, let's go speak to Anju one more time. Oh, did you meet him? Ah! It's from Kafei. Thank you very much. You gave the pendant of memories to Anju. Kafei's strong feelings have been successfully passed along to this lovely fiancé. So, the side quest doesn't really give you any indication on what you can do next, but luckily, that's what you have me here for. Yay! One thing I will say about the Majora's Mask 3D, I know I've been giving this game a bit of a hard time, and a lot of it does deserve, like the Zora swimming controls, or the ice arrows, or the bomber's notebook, or things like that. But I will say, a change that they did in this game that I greatly approve of is the fact that you can now change to the exact hour with this Song of Double Time. This side quest, it is widely beloved amongst the Zelda community, but I used to kind of despise it because even with the Song of Double Time in the Nintendo 64 version, it only ever went to 6 hours at a time. So, like, if you go through the middle of the day or I'm trying to say, if you either go to the beginning of the day or the beginning of the night, it would never have any in-betweens or anything like that. So, with this game, they now changed it so that you can change it to the exact time that you want, which greatly reduces how much waiting you have to do. And this is something that I greatly approve of. So the next thing that I want to do, I'm going to jump over towards 1 o'clock on the 3rd day. Aha, the Nintendo 64 taught me to wait, the 3DS taught me to be impatient. So this could be done at any time between 1 o'clock and 10 o'clock. As you've probably already seen in the description below, there will be things written in the description. They'll tell you exactly what time frames all this is available, so you better appreciate it. Huh. You the green hat kid? I got a message from Kafei. Now, Kafei, I've known him since he was really little. But when he showed up looking all young in that little brat body, I didn't know what I was seeing. All it took was one glance in that Keaton mask he was carrying for me to realize that I was looking for my old friend. I gave him that mask a long time ago when he was just a little Kafei. Didn't know how he kept it that well for so long. I'm not sure why, but I want to give this to you. And we get the Keaton mask. Accepting the keepsake doesn't make so much sense to you, but you should take it anyway. Now, Kafei. He says he wants you to take this to his mother. And you were given a special delivery to Mama. This is a priority mail, so hurry up and deliver it. A customer came to my shop last night. Now Kafei sees him, and Kafei's color just changes, and he goes running after the guy. The guy's a regular, a greedy thief named Sakan. I think he's from Ikano village. So, what we can do with the special delivery is actually pretty interesting. There are two things we can do with the special delivery, both of which give you different rewards. So, after we're done with everything else, I did not mean to collect that. So, after we finish what we're doing next, we're gonna actually do this side quest a second time on a separate time cycle so that we can get both rewards. Luckily for you, I have editing magic, so you'd have to sit through all that. You better appreciate it. I've been saying that a lot lately. So what the Curiosity Shop guy was saying was that basically giving you a hint to check out the Ikano region. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing next. We haven't really explored where we're going to be going next outside of getting the Deku salesman thing in the previous episode. So what we want to do next is you want to go over this way. Ignore title because she's just going to be explaining those mysterious Garo swordsman people things. I think that's what they're called. I found him, Green Hat Boy. He's using this place as a safe house for keeping the stolen goods. Apparently his name is Sakan. He came to the shop last night and I followed him. His storage for things he's stolen is on the other side of the rock door. The sun masks are surely in there. Only Sakan can open this door. The only way in is to wait for him to arrive. I'll wait. I've made a promise to Anju. He'll come back around sundown. That's our only chance. If he sees us, he'll run away for sure. We'd better both hide here. That part of the song still sounds like Twilight Princess. I don't remember that being there in the original. But anyway, cue the jump cuts. Night to the final day. So, a fun story. On my first playthrough of this game, I tried as best as I could to avoid any walkthroughs or anything like that. Although, towards the beginning of my playthrough of this game, my dad did kind of walk me step by step through the Woodfall area. But that didn't last very long because I wanted to figure out my own time. But this point in particular was pretty amusing because I was standing on the other side of the rock and I left the room to go make myself a sandwich because it was lunchtime. I come back to see the cutscene of him running off. You'll see it right now, but that was an amusing thing to happen. But luckily, if you stay out of sight long enough, Sakan will finally arrive and the door will open. Also, I gotta say, I love that on this version they added the detail that you can see the hinges on the door, because it looked kind of weird on the original version, this thing opening up. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's kind of like how in Chrono Trigger, Frog just like slices a mountain in half. How it looks really cool on the DS version of the game, but kind of looks a little weird on the original. Chrono Trigger fans, don't hate me. We can see all the stuff that Sakan has stolen over the years. The thief, like him, you think the warehouse to be bigger or something like that. But anyway, we can go inside the store. Ah! Look, there's a mask there. It's the sun's mask. Now I've done it. Step on that switch! What? Are you trying to tell us what to do? It's some setup where the door stays open only while the switch is pressed. There should be some device in this room that also opens the door. Ooh, that mask. He's trying to pull it out of our reach and make his escape. We've got to hurry. We can play as Kafei. I did not mean for that to rhyme. But this was mind-blowing. Because remember, this was only the 4th Zelda game that I've played. Link's Awakening, Four Sword. Yeah, this was the 4th Zelda game that I played. And it was honestly really mind-blowing to be able to play as somebody who's not Link. He's just like Tail, rushing ahead in the face of danger, never thinking of the consequences. That's it, we have to help. Let's go. So, this area is going to be pretty much divided into 2 separate gameplay mechanics. Kafei's decided that the puzzle will be focused more on puzzle solving, whereas Link will be focused more on combat. So we have a couple of Deco Babos over here we can destroy. It's definitely advised that you bring a powerful sword with you so that you can forget what you were saying, so that you can defeat the enemies faster. Like, a Great Fairy Sword is recommended, but if you don't have that, then the Razor Sword or Gilded Sword should do the trick. Over here, we have me pressing the wrong button. We can defeat the Wolfels very quickly with the super handy-dandy powers of the Gilded Sword. You want to try avoiding the red switches as much as possible, because pressing the red switch will make the track go faster. You've raided Sagan's hideout with the Kafei and retrieved the stolen sun's mask. There's still time. I must get back to town. Well, I ain't walking that far. Song of Soaring, take me away! But before we do that, here's a clip of what would happen if we were too slow to save the mask. I gotta ask, how does Sakan get through all this if it's meant to be taken care of by 2 people? I never understood that. Also, Kafei actually has a punching attack where he can punch people. He'll never ever be able to use this effectively because he never comes across any bad guys or anything like that, but it's just something that's worth mentioning. But yeah, going back to the thing I was trying to say about it being mind-blowing that having Kafei playable in this game, there are not very many Zelda games where Kafei is actually playable. Where really anybody who's not Link is playable. Like, the only examples I could think of would be like Wind Waker, where you had a couple characters playable in that game who weren't Link that I won't mention because of spoilers. Yes, my security system is impenetrable. We're locked in. I'm sorry you got caught up in all this. If you can get out, then do it. Anju is already fleeing to Kremia's ranch. You did great. She'll understand. Come on, let's go. Play your ocarina and get us outside. Let him be alone. You know, with the world ending, now's probably a good time for a drink. And I mean eggnog, what are you thinking? As you can see, all of our customers have taken refuge. It may be my undoing, but I'm the sort of fellow who'll stay at his business through thick and thin. And so I continue standing here at the counter, hoping one of my dear customers will be crazy enough to come in and wait it out with me. And I wasn't wrong. See? You stepped in. Oh dear, are you alright with not fleeing? It looks like this is it for the town, you know. You saw the moon, didn't you? It's gotten so huge. All the townsfolk has fled. You should flee too, far away. I'm going to stay here after all. That expert I gave my son's mask to might still come. You're the one searching for Kafei. How is it? Have you found him? Oh dear. Priority mail. This is from Kafei, correct? Correct? Wonderful. You really are an expert. Yes, I'm sorry. My thanks. Yes, it is your job after all. And we get the final empty bottle in the game. And we also get Chateau Romani. Really think about that for a moment. It's been said across Termina that Chateau Romani is so powerful, the effects of it is so powerful that kids are not allowed to drink it. She gives you a glass of Chateau Romani to dull your senses while the world is being destroyed. This game is dark. But that's why so many people love it, because this game is not afraid to go dark when it needs to. But now, let's go inside the stockpot inn. If we can go inside the door. That might be helpful. I've decided to wait for him. I've made my promise. I'm fine with this. I believe him.